Set in the heart of Edinburgh's Old Town, Virgin Hotels have taken the grandeur of historic buildings and even a church and remodelled them in the brand's unique and contemporary style, successfully blending the period charm with playful touches and quirky spaces. This characterful hotel challenges the traditional luxury boutique stay, with rooms with innovative design and even a roof terrace with castle views. But how was our first time at a Virgin Hotel? Come with us to find out. The picturesque Victoria Street epitomises the charm and character of Edinburgh's Old Town. And at the top end of the street you will find an iconic local landmark, the historic 19th century India buildings. Once the city's registry office, but now home to Virgin Hotel Edinburgh. Now, unlike our earlier stay at the ultra-modern W Hotel in Edinburgh's New Town, which you can check out in our previous video, Virgin Hotels had the challenge of taking a listed building in the heart of the city's old town and fatally remodel, but in the contemporary and somewhat eccentric style that the brand is so well known for, while still paying homage to the building's architectural splendour, including this incredible domed rotunda. Oh, this place just oozes character. It really is something else. I've wanted to stay here for some time and I've not been disappointed in any way. It's a very historic building. There's actually multiple buildings that seem to be coupled together, so it's all on multiple levels and different nooks and crannies to explore. So definitely if you're looking for that old town Edinburgh charm, it's well worth staying here to get that. And if he was in, I'll tell him how great it is. And on the ground level of the rotunda you will also find the Oculus Lounge, one of the locations where you can indulge in afternoon tea if you wish. And it is worth noting that this is the more historic part of the building, but I chose to stay in the more modern wing. So important that you research your room to get the correct location to avoid any disappointment. If you think that's a bright welcome, you wait to what's coming up. So definitely a little bit on the colourful side. Passing through the flamboyant hallway and past the concierge desk, you begin to understand the unique character of this hotel, with the historic elements of the building blended with playful modern decor touches. Though passing by the reception areas on the left, which we will come back to shortly, we start by exploring the Commons Club, which also has a separate entrance onto Victoria Street. Split over 2 levels, we start on the ground floor at the Commons Club Bar. This stylish bar with double height ceilings and Art Deco touches serves a great selection of Highland whiskies and handcrafted cocktails. Yet the sophisticated settings still incorporate the tongue-in-cheek artwork and pop culture references the Virgin brand is renowned for. And make sure you keep watching to the end of the video as we come back here later in the evening to take in the ambience at night time. But for now, leaving the bar, we head back to the corridor and down into the basement on this side of the building to the Commons Club restaurant, who the hotel describes the cuisine as traditional Scottish fare with international flair. However, the restaurant is in fact split over 2 venues, with the first on the right being the Commons Club kitchen. However, was not serving during my stay, as seemed to be geared more towards private events and group bookings with its open kitchen concept. Though continuing down the hallway on the left, you come to the true Commons Club restaurant. Open to both hotel guests and outside reservations, this had a more intimate feel with booth seating, with the menu and setting giving more vibes of upscale steakhouse meets traditional Scottish restaurant. And although did not get the opportunity to try, would definitely come back and eat here on a future day, even if staying elsewhere, as with the cosy ambience and basement arches would be a great option for a more intimate meal if looking to dine in the old town. And returning to the ground floor, you will find just before reception the aptly named Scarlet Lounge. This kind of epitomises the Virgin Hotel. Just off the lobby you have basically like this, a red room snug. Very over the top, very flamboyant, very understated. And unless booked for a private event, the lounge is available to guests if looking for a space to chill and a bit of solitude. as is the aptly named Funny Library. Though more of a social space as on the main thoroughfare to reception, as the name implies, it has no shortage of wacky and eccentric artwork plus some great photo opportunities, which in turn leads to the somewhat cosy reception, which is a little bit of a bottleneck as is the main thoroughfare between the original India and the more modern wing where I was staying. Look at this, even the lifts are a little decadent. So, room 628, which is a chamber king. Coming in, you come into a very large walk-in vanity area. There's even a yoga mat in there. I don't think that's going to get used somehow. But on this side, you do have the WC, a very large lighted vanity. That would be very welcome with the ladies, maybe some of the men. But also a great walk-in shower with a nice tiled seat. So all in all, the bathroom vanity wardrobe area is pretty spacious, as also is the bedroom. And I do like these design touches of the bed sofa combo, even the small reclining chair in the corner of the bed so you can sit and talk. Now, I don't normally go into detail with the mini bars, but this one's quite luxurious and very well stocked. Though there is a scan here for the prices. And then we did try to book a castle view chamber king. They were all sold out, but requesting the high floor and also putting in a request with the front desk meant that they did manage to get us a partial castle view. Very welcome. And another spot where any hotel guest can get a great view of the castle is the hotel's own roof terrace, which although is not operational in the winter months when I visited, is still accessible. Though I can definitely imagine how popular this would be in a glorious summer's day sitting up here with a drink with a view of Edinburgh Castle. So towards the rear of the hotel we have Cowgate and there's the street arch there, but from the roof terrace here we have a famous graveyard where you'll find Tom Riddle's grave, which is what apparently inspired J.K. Rowling for Harry Potter. The tower here is actually part of the hotel, part of an old church that contains a suite, but of course up to the main event itself. Well, there you will find my room, one floor below us here on the roof deck. But through that alley you can see we back straight onto Victoria Street, one of the most picturesque and photographed streets in Edinburgh. But of course that leads straight up the Royal Mile. That is what we come to see. So should your budget stretch, they do have a number of extravagant rooms here. They have the Sir Richard's flat, named after obviously the proprietor, and also Ted's suite, which is named after his father. But the one I called out earlier, this one here, the Eve Branson suite, that's named after his mother, and that's actually within the octagonal tower of Greyfriars Hall. There is, however, one other suite here that probably doesn't get as much coverage, which I like the look of more, which is the Casbah Tamado suite. I think I'm pronouncing that right, which is named after the luxury resort that Richard Branson owns in Morocco that was inspired again by his family. And that actually has a Moroccan-inspired snug in like a loft room as well. So if you want the ultimate slumber party, that's the one to go for. And now, at street level, you can appreciate the full grandeur of Greyfriars Hall, which can actually be booked as a private wedding venue. Plus also can see those rooms with balconies and patios, though given the busy road, limited view and the Scottish weather, really think that the Castle View rooms are a much better option. So if you're enjoying this video, make sure you follow our Edinburgh series, where in our previous videos we cover an essential Edinburgh guide, our stay at the luxury W Hotel, and even a guide to the Christmas markets. But most of all, we please ask that you hit that like and subscribe buttons. It really goes a long way in helping support this channel and for us to bring you more videos like this in the future. Thanks so much. But now, heading inside at street level, or by taking the earlier elevator to the ground floor, you come to Eve, the Italian-themed restaurant and bar serving breakfast, lunch and dinner. so although was not able to eat here in the daytime or evening, was able to come for breakfast. With the main restaurant and patio to the rear, at the front with entrance from the street you have the more casual bar. Though in the morning this is turned over to the self-service for the continental breakfast, which featured a good selection of the usual cold and cooked items, but also included made-to-order omelettes and waffles. However, as I had booked a room rate inclusive of breakfast, I was allowed to indulge in this, plus also the a la carte menu. But being in Scotland, it would be rude not to try the local delicacies, so opted for the hotel's secret recipe haggis, which was outstanding. There was a shame I could not experience the more informal setting of this venue in the evening as such a flying visit. Though I am delighted to say, despite it being a quiet midweek evening, was able to make it back to the grandeur of the Commons Club for a nightcap before last orders, where they had an extensive drinks menu and impressive cocktails inspired by local Scottish heritage, where the friendly bar staff were only too happy to help with great recommendations, firstly with a Culloden and then secondly with an Arthur's seat. That's good. Very good. And a perfect end to a fantastic stay at the Virgin Hotel, blending the old and the new in the heart of the Old Town of Edinburgh. And if you are fond of a tipple, make sure you join us for our next video, where we check out the best tasting tours in Edinburgh, starting with the Scotch whisky experience, learning about the heritage, viewing the largest vault of whisky, and the all-important tasting. But don't worry, if whisky is not your thing, we also tour the Edinburgh Gin Distillery, which with the more varied flavours and botanicals may make for a more palatable option. But with these contrasting experiences, which one did we prefer? And lastly, we'll share our thoughts on a branded whisky experience where we were unable to film, but worth the visit alone for its rooftop bar with stunning castle views. So please drop us a like if you've enjoyed this video, or share it with someone you think might appreciate it. And let us know in the comments, do you think Virgin Hotel is the best hotel in Edinburgh? But for now, thanks for watching and see you again soon.